What if a 2,000-year-old philosophy held the key to breaking the chains of modern addiction? Are you tired of feeling powerless, stuck in a cycle you just can't seem to escape? And I'm not just talking about the obvious things. I'm talking about the endless scroll, the constant itch for stimulation, the habits that promise comfort but always leave you feeling hollow. We live in a world practically engineered to get us hooked. Every notification, every ad, every algorithm is designed to grab our attention and refuse to let go. In this constant battle for our own focus, it's easy to feel like you're on the losing side. But what if the solution wasn't some new app or a complicated therapy, but an ancient operating system for the human mind? A framework forged by people who stared down plagues, exile, and the collapse of empires, yet still found a way to peace and self-control. Today, we're exploring the Stoic framework that helps you take back the controls. This isn't a philosophy that pretends your urges will magically vanish. Instead, it teaches you how to master your response to them. It's about building an inner citadel, a fortress in your mind that no amount of external chaos can tear down. We're going to break down 5 core Stoic principles that give you a direct, actionable path to conquering the addictions that hold you back by focusing only on what's truly in your power. 1. The foundation of freedom, mastering the dichotomy of control. First things first, let's get to the absolute bedrock of Stoicism, the dichotomy of control. The philosopher Epictetus laid it out perfectly. Some things are within our power, while others are not. What's in our power? Our opinions, our motivations, our desires, basically, our own actions. What's not? Our bodies, our property, what other people think of us, in short, everything else. This one idea is your foundation for freedom. Addiction thrives on making you feel powerless. It whispers that your cravings are unstoppable, that a trigger in your environment is a command you have to obey. Stoicism looks at this and says, no, that's a major error in judgment. Think about it. The trigger, a stressful email, social anxiety, the sight of a bar, is external. It's not in your control. The craving itself, that intense physiological and psychological pull, is also something you don't choose to have. It's an automatic response baked into your brain and body. While the craving is an internal event, it feels like an invading force, not a choice. But your response to that craving, your judgment of it, that is 100% yours. The voice of addiction says, I have a craving, so I must use. The Stoic in training says, I notice a craving has shown up. It's a powerful sensation, for sure, but it's just a sensation. My choice of what to do next belongs to me and me alone. This isn't about gritting your teeth and relying on willpower, which is a battery that drains way too fast. It's a strategic shift in focus. You stop wasting precious energy fighting things you can't change, like the existence of triggers or the memory of a habit. And you pour all of that energy into the one thing you can change, your voluntary response. By accepting that the urge itself is out of your hands, you paradoxically gain control over it because you're no longer fighting the wrong battle. You can observe it Nod at it and let it pass without signing off on it. That is the first step to taking back your life. 2. Seeing clearly. Self-awareness without judgment. The second principle is all about developing sharp self-awareness, or what the Stoics called prosos, a state of constant, vigilant attention on your inner world. Addiction loves to operate in the dark, in those mindless, automatic moments where you've already reached for the drink, the phone, or the junk food before you even realize you've made a decision. Stoicism teaches you to flick on the lights. It asks you to become an impartial observer of your own mind. When a desire pops up, you don't just act on it. And just as importantly, you don't beat yourself up for having it. Instead, you just pause and look at it. You ask, what is this feeling really? Is it truly what it appears to be? If this sounds familiar, it's because this is the ancient blueprint for modern cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, a leading treatment for addiction. It's all about creating a tiny bit of space between the stimulus and your response. In that space, you find your freedom. Shame and guilt are pure fuel for the addiction cycle. You feel a craving, you judge yourself for it, you feel awful, and that feeling of awfulness becomes yet another excuse to seek an escape. Stoic self-awareness shatters this cycle by kicking judgment out of the room. A craving is not a moral failing. It's a programmed response, a ghost of an old habit. The Stoic approach is to acknowledge it without shame, saying, there's that old pattern. I see it. It's an echo from the past, but I am here, now, and I will choose differently. This is an act of both self-scrutiny and self-compassion. A great tool for this is journaling. Write down your triggers, thoughts, and responses. Soon you'll see the patterns emerge, not as a laundry list of your faults, but as a clear map of the machine you're ready to re-engineer. 3. Rewiring your mind, the power of rational thinking. Okay, so the third pillar in this fight is using good old-fashioned reason to challenge and rebuild your beliefs. Addiction isn't just physical. It's a disease of your thinking, propped up by a whole network of irrational ideas. You know the lies it tells you. I need this to relax. It's impossible to have fun without it. Just one won't hurt. It's been a rough day. I deserve this. The Stoics would call these assents to false impressions. Basically, you're agreeing with a lie. Stoicism teaches you to become a detective of your own thoughts, putting each of these beliefs on trial. Ask yourself, is it objectively true that I need this drink to relax? Or have I just built a strong habit of relaxing this way? What are 3 other ways I could relax right now? Challenge the belief with cold, hard evidence. Does this habit actually lead to a good life? Or does the fleeting pleasure lead to long-term pain, regret, and less freedom? The Stoics had a powerful exercise called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. You can use it here, rationally and vividly. Walk yourself through the real consequences of giving in. Don't just vaguely think, this is bad for me. Visualize in detail the impact on your health, your relationships, your bank account, and your self-respect. This isn't about scaring yourself. It's about replacing the romantic, fuzzy story about your habit with the stone-cold truth of where it leads. By systematically taking apart the lies addiction tells you, you revoke its permission to run your life. 4. Your inner compass, cultivating the 4 virtues. But stopping a bad habit is only half the battle. What do you build in its place? Stoicism says the goal of life is to live with arete, or virtue. This gives you a higher purpose that's far more compelling than the empty promise of addiction. The 4 cardinal Stoic virtues: wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice are your new compass. Temperance, or self-control, is the obvious one. It's the direct opposite of addiction's excess. It's the daily practice of discipline, the choice to say no to what harms you. Every single time you resist an urge, you are building your temperance muscle. Courage is what gets you through the sheer discomfort of recovery. It's the guts to feel withdrawal symptoms and not run away. It's the bravery to sit with your anxiety or boredom instead of numbing it. It's the strength to walk into a social situation without your usual crutch. Make no mistake, recovery is an act of profound courage. Wisdom is the ability to tell the difference between what helps you and what hurts you. It's the deep knowing that the quick fix of addiction leads to long-term damage. Wisdom is the engine that powers your rational thinking, helping you see the lies for what they are. Finally, justice is about being fair and honest with yourself and others. In recovery, this means taking responsibility for your actions and their consequences. It means being honest about your struggles, but it also means treating yourself with the same care and duty you would offer a friend who is suffering. By focusing on living a virtuous life, your goal shifts from a negative, "don't do the thing," to a positive, "be courageous, be temperate, be wise." This builds a foundation of self-respect that no addiction can ever offer. 5. The obstacle is the way, reframing setbacks. The final, game-changing principle is the Stoic art of perspective. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius put it best: the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Let's be real. In recovery, you might stumble. Society often frames a relapse as a total failure, a sign that you're back at square one. This kind of all-or-nothing thinking is a trap that can send you spiraling. Stoicism offers a radical reframe. A relapse is not a failure. It is data. It is a lesson. If you stumble, the Stoic response isn't to despair, but to get curious. What were the exact circumstances that led to this? What lie did I start believing? What virtue did I forget to practice? What did I just learn that will make me stronger for next time? See your addiction as a sparring partner. It's here to test your resilience, strengthen your resolve, and sharpen your wisdom. Every craving you overcome is a win. Every setback you learn from makes you a more formidable opponent. This mindset builds incredible resilience. It protects you from the shame and hopelessness that can derail a recovery journey. You begin to understand that the path to self-mastery is never a straight line. It's a series of challenges, and every single one is a chance to forge a stronger character. The struggle itself is what makes you better. What this 2,000-year-old philosophy gives you is an unbreakable internal framework. It teaches you to separate what you can control from what you can't. It gives you the tools to watch your thoughts without judgment, to dismantle the lies that fuel your habits, to live by a code of virtue, and to see every obstacle as a chance to grow. If this ancient wisdom is clicking for you, and you're re-seeing how it can apply to modern problems, do me a favor and hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe for more philosophy for a better life. And drop a comment below. What's the biggest challenge you're facing? And which of these principles feels like it could help the most?